Had a great couple of calls with a client of mine named Dave, who was really concerned about his family's health and was in a big hurry to get an ERV installed in his house. And he had the idea of doing Zehnder. And this turned out to be one of the perfect cases, I thought, for using a Zehnder because he wanted to be able to do it himself. He's in the middle of a place where you can't get HVAC contractors who know very much about ERVs. He wanted to install it in a hurry. He wanted all the pieces without having to think too much about it. And those are all kind of things that Zehnder has specialized in. So what I'm about to show you is the call where he had finally installed everything and was showing it off and was wanting to like do the final steps. He wasn't quite sure what those final steps were. I'm going to walk you through how we set this up and the hilarious way that we actually test this yourself. This is a DIY test procedure for setting up the Zehnder and making sure that you get the right flows. This will work on any ERV system if you wanted to use it this way. I hope that you enjoy Dave's work. He did a stellar job.
I'm up here in the attic. I've got the Zender right here. We're just doing the final commissioning.
Fantastic.
Everything's it's
Woo!
running.
That
I
is
did
tight.
I did the pre yeah, it is very, very tight. I did the pre-commissioning. Yeah, I had to cut out some of the spray foam up
Uh-huh.
top. But yeah, I got mastic on all the ductwork, got the filter
Great
there.
job,
So this
man.
is going down to the return in the system
Okay.
downstairs.
hmm
And then, there's my exhaust, and then my fresh air is going in out on the other side. If you can see that
There's a manifold sitting right behind this thing with all those hoses.
right here. Yeah.
Got it.
So
Okay, got it. Cool.
they're coming around right over here.
Yep,
So
great.
sitting right there.
Cool.
And then here is my only extract that I was able to get into the attic
Yep,
because we didn't have as many as we thought we were going to have. So I've
great.
got this one in the attic. And I figured, I guess that's hopefully adequate. I kind of ran out of tubing, so I couldn't actually get it over there.
hmm
Uh, but so yeah, so
Okay,
you tell me where to
cool.
start.
What do we have to measure airflow with?
Uh, I don't I don't know. Do I need something to measure airflow? I mean, I've
Well,
got the manometer.
you do. What
Yeah,
kind is that?
it's the one that you sent me, the Solo.
Great. Okay, good. You're going to need the Solo. You're going
Okay.
to need a pressure hose, just one. And then you're also going to need a cardboard box. This is what I'm having Dave build. This is a small box with a 2-inch by 4-inch hole in it, which is going to allow us to take the pressure inside the box with reference to out here. You can see that we've taped up all the stuff out here. We've also got no way for air to leak out from inside, with the exception of this green hose, which you can see is coming outside. And the one piece of equipment that you will need is a pressure gauge, a manometer, which is something that we use all the time. This is the most inexpensive pro manometer for pascals, which is home performance air pressures, not duct pressures. If you're an HVAC pro and you've got a manometer that runs inches of water column, it's fine. You're just not going to have quite as fine a resolution. By the way, you could definitely use the Fifox app on your phone to rig up a way to do this with your phone, but it would be way more of a pain in the butt than I am willing to do for even just a video for you guys. So probably most people are not going to be willing to do that. I gave you the page in my book that we're using to do this test.
Okay.
The hole you cut into the box is 2 by 4 for 8 square inches. We're using an equation that is the square root of the pressure differential, the pressure inside the box with reference to the room that you're standing in, which is what the Solo is going to be measuring. If you want to be really hands-free with this, go ahead and tape your Solo to the box also, so that the nipples on the bottom of it are not pointing at the hole opening.
Tape the Solo like right here.
Bingo, that looks perfect.
I love that we're MacGyvering on the fly.
Yeah, I know. Zehnder is not going to like this, but I'm definitely making a video about this. We're going to measure the pressure in the box with reference outside. We're going to aim for all of these to be between 2 and 8. 2 is 12 CFM. If we put all 6 of them at exactly the same flow, that will be 12 CFM per. So then we have all 6 of them end up at 2 pascals. If you go To 3 pascals, it goes to 15 CFM, 4 pascals, 17 CFM, 19, 21, 23, and 24 would be 8 pascals. So if we put it up there and it says 12, you immediately take it off and you're going to dial down until you get within that range of between 2 and 8. That's great, man. Good job.
Okay.
Do you want any of these extract points to replace the bath exhaust fan?
Yes. The two with the and actually I've tested it as it is now, as it stands now. The two bathrooms with the shower and the bath. If I don't turn on the bath fan, it's perfectly fine.
Great.
There's no fog in the mirror and stuff like that. So
Okay.
the two baths would be great. And then the three most, and then there's the kitchen extract, which is right behind where we cook.
Let's go to the ones that you have already set that you like where they're at, and let's see what that is first.
Okay.
So go to your bathroom or the one with the shower.
Okay. Yeah. And it's wide open. I haven't dialed it in at all
Okay. What did you do the machine?
to
What
it.
speed is it running at right now? Is it running
Oh,
at
just medium.
medium speed? What did you tell it about medium speed? What did you want medium speed to be?
So when I did the pre-calibration, I just followed the video and it chooses its own speeds based on it automatically pre-calibrates. I think it was like 400 if I remember right, but I can go look at it on the system.
Uh, let's do this one, and then let's go upstairs and check on that thing.
Sure.
Yeah, what I want you to do is hit the button on the right first, so we can go into Pascals.
Okay, there we go. PA.
Great. Now, just to review, this is our own house that I'm showing you this in. That is our extract, which is inside the shower. That is the only right answer for where extract should go. If it's right outside the shower, is that okay? No, it's not as good. If you're that kind of person who wants to like have an ERV in your house, but like, not do it too good, cool. Just do whatever you want, okay? But if you want to do that stuff hardcore, which is what most people who are watching this channel are trying to do, don't mess around. Just put it way back in there. And in fact, we put it in the far corner so that the air that's coming in here, which by the way, when you're in the shower and this thing is closed, you don't feel a draft on your body because the air is going in and grabbing the steam above you. Glass doors, really good. Those of you who are looking for a wide open, like zero entry kind of a thing, you're gonna feel a breeze because we're gonna have to jack that thing up because you're not using geometry. You gotta use geometry and fan power. Okay, cool. Go ahead and put it over the extract point and let's see what it says.
Okay.
Okay, so that is too high. What we are doing right now is restricting this flow.
So I pull this thing off. Let's see. Okay, so now that's open. So now I've got it set at 14. So it shows you what number.
Okay.
So I've got
Great.
it at 14 now. So
Yeah,
we'll lock
it's
that
too bad
in.
that it doesn't actually like coincide with the actual CFM.
Yeah,
But,
sounds right. Let's see. Okay, now weird. Now it's at 12.5. Doesn't feel like it's doing anything.
yeah, it's because you're close. Are we in the second floor?
Yeah.
We're close to the unit, and the unit is asking for a lot of air, so it's just like, okay, great, I'll just make it louder. Is it louder? Don't worry about this. Let's go up and look at the unit. Now, here's a special little extra credit bit, which is putting the grill down by the toilet. And if you want to be super cool, down by where the trash can also is. That way, when you close the door, when you're using the toilet, air comes in under the door, makes a beeline for that thing, grabs the odors from this and that on the way out. Same thing would go in a laundry room. If you get like a litter box inside of a laundry room, put that exhaust port inside the litter box, which is inside the laundry room. Then no one in the laundry room can smell the litter box and no one outside the laundry room can smell the laundry room. And it's kind of like you're capturing it using, again, that geometry. So we're gonna cover this port, which again is an adjustable grill. This is the only kind that I ever recommend. You twist it this way to close, twist it this way to open. You wanna balance this thing. So again, non-weather stripped box here. When you are going between -2 and -8, we don't want to go above -8 because that means that this box is actually restricting the flow and that this thing would pull more as soon as I take the box away, which is not what I want. I want to know exactly what is going on in real life here. So when we have -2 pascals, that's 12 CFM of extract here, which is fine in a toilet room. This is a very small room. This room is 3 by 5 with a 9-foot ceiling. That's 135 cubic feet of air. You divide by 60, and it gives you the CFM that we would need for 1 full air change per hour, which is 2.25. If this thing is pulling 2.25 CFM, we're doing 1 full air change of all of the air in this room per hour. With 15 or 12 CFM, we're getting 6 air changes per hour in this little room, which is probably fine. And again, there's no rules here. What we're aiming for is targets. And then you, because you have special needs and you're special, you adjust it per your needs. And that's why you get an ERV that's bigger than your target and can be turned down lower than your target also, because maybe you don't need that much. Like here, code is 20 in this bedroom, or in this toilet room, but we don't need 20 because the room is so small. So geometry, thinking about those things and how they relate is very important.
All right, so I don't fully know how to navigate through this, but
Okay,
what do you
give
want
me
to
up,
look at?
give me up close if you would, please. Fine.
So
So
maybe
task.
task menu.
Yep, and let's do
Uh,
auto/manual.
okay.
Go manual. Go up. I want to see how many speeds this thing has. Go up. Okay, so 3 is high. Go down to 1. Great, confirm. And let's see. Yes, great. Confirm. We don't need demand control. Okay, it's just telling us stuff. It's not letting us really select anything. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. This thing is, whoa, what did that just say? Did that say
Oh,
45%? Hit again next. Okay, good. Can we
so
change
fan
that?
duty.
Can you make that go down? No,
No,
you can't.
unfortunately.
Okay, 45. I bet they've got it set up for 45%, 60%, and 90% or something like that. I'm going to give you like homework at this point. So
Mhm.
what you're going to do is get into the manual and see if we can force this thing to do what we want. So if we could do 3 extracts at 25 CFM, which is 8 pascals, and then the rest of them down at 12. So kitchen and the 2 bathrooms should all read 8 pascals in the box with reference to the room that you're in. Oh, and by the way, go back. Units. There you go. Press, yeah, and do flow. Yeah, and then do, oh God. All right, cool. That's fine. So what you're gonna do is I'm gonna give you the conversion factor for this, which is 0.58857. I hope that this is helpful for you guys. If you are DIYing your own commissioning like Dave was, then now you know how to do that. You do need a manometer, and if you want to use your phone, again, you can figure that out, and I've linked the video for the phone app that would enable you to do that in the notes below. Comment below if you have anything else to add. Like and subscribe. Tune in next time.